Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. Today we're streaming another day of the Blitz Premier Cup and we're going to be streaming BPS versus AESOP followed by APA versus Veal. We are in the room. I will be moved in like right before the game starts, so that's all fine. The scoreboard as it is looks like this. We have Raid in first place, Serenity in second, followed by Karna and Dinos all having 3 points. But the win-loss ratio is basically what's giving them the position that they have. Then we have BPS, Aqua, APA, Veal, AESOP and Rackham. And apparently they got like deducted points, Rackham, because they had ineligible players. Basically they changed the roster when that wasn't allowed anymore. That's the other language of saying that. These are the matches that are happening today. Raid versus Rackham, Veal versus Dinos, BPS versus AESOP, Aqua versus APA, Serenity versus Karna. With the maps underneath and on at 9 PM, which is like in just over an hour. We will have Dinos versus Raid, AESOP versus Rackham, APA versus Veal, Karna versus BPS and Serenity versus Aqua. Now, the games are being streamed by Wild Ones Helper, Fujit, Every Good Name is Taken, Rolling Swarm and myself. So if you're looking for the other games, then definitely check out their channels. And of course, if you haven't subbed to them just yet, definitely do so. But we are starting with BPS versus AESOP. And these are their rosters. On BPS side, we have Foxy, RG, Cora, Not Steven, Bolt Carrier, Timo Teos, Chenaxor, Noob Eater, and Shocky. And they're going to go up against Mr. Sunshine. Love the pun there, really. Agile Hippo, Wilk 0079, Bansku, Babuli, probably pronounced it all wrong, Late Boy, Wilzu, Miss Baiko, I'm just going to call him Delphine because the name is disgusting, and the Right Nut, which is on its own also bad. We used to have a left and a right one, which was kind of funny, but at the same time so very, very wrong. But those are the lineups that we're starting with. The matches should start in about 3 minutes time. And yeah, we're just going to wait for that. In the meantime, let's look at the chat, see if anything is said. Aww. Ollie. It wasn't Lonely the 3. Just going to wish them good luck. Oh, I will definitely bully Mutsu for you. Bullying Mutsu is pretty much one of the favorite pastimes. But yeah, and by the way, there is a 3-minute delay on the stream. It's only 3 minutes, but that has to do with the teams having max 3 minutes to prep their lineups, basically, between the matches. And with basically me being moved in right before the matches start, you don't need more stream delay than that, especially since the matches, like anything that happens in the matches, most matches will be over around the 3-minute mark. So yeah, makes sense. Anyhow, we're now waiting for AESOP to arrive in total, and then we're just going to have fun with it. We are starting on Port Bay. Port Bay is one of the matches one of the maps I'm not really a fan. To be fair, of all the maps that we get in this matchup, I don't like any of them. That's not very promising, is it? Oh well. But we will have fun with the matches all the same. And yeah. Just check to make sure that there's nothing on the screen on OBS except the things that have to be there. Honestly, I kind of hope to like win a small lottery thing or whatever, so that I can like get like a proper setup. Because right now I'm only using my laptop. My laptop is fantastic, but it does have a bit of an issue here, and I kind of really want a 2 or 3 screen setup with just a proper powerful PC and everything. So yeah, 1 minute left officially. I think they do have a little bit of extension time if they're not all there yet. But we see 5 players there, and there's another one in the middle. And BPS has a full team, but they're just not all ready up yet. Missing RG there. I like guys being classy, honestly. There's not enough classiness in the game as it is. Yeah, we have to start before 5 minutes from now, basically. So now we're just waiting for AESOP to get their full team together. And then we can go in. Not really much to say. I don't like any of the maps. I do love both of these teams. BPS is kind of my team away from my team. I'm not sure if I can... Well, I can say that obviously, but... I mean, if that's true. But we did realistic tournament together and that was just great fun. They're just such great guys. AESOP, on the other hand, I did call them like really classy and then they were really laughing hard. So apparently they're not or something. I don't know. But like, Win has always been kind of like a gentleman clan and a lot of AESOP's players are ex-Win. So yeah. We're missing one more player. Oh, there's RG. And Ollie is moved out. Poor Ollie. So now Ollie is in the middle. Shocky has arrived. And we're really only just waiting for another AESOP player. Unless in 4 minutes they're not there, then the games will stop without them. And that would not be good, honestly. AESOP definitely needs their point. I'm not sure who Ginger is, but I have a feeling that's an inside joke. 3 minutes left, potentially. There we go. Both teams have a full team now. Now they just need to ready up. Dun 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 dun. I mean, can't really call a lineup because I can't see the tanks yet. So this is kind of the part I'm just basically filling the time with just empty chatter because there's nothing really to say. BPS is almost completely ready. AESOP is still readying up. They have technically 2 minutes left. Let's see. Alright, before the games start. Would repeat, oof. Exactly. I mean, it's kind of like I'm talking and I'm typing and I'm saying what I'm typing, which is kind of useless, but yeah. And there we go. Both teams are ready. With just a minute to spare. Timo deciding not to be ready. There we go. And there we go. We see RG. We see BPS being ready. With a 215B in T22 and E3, 3 E5s and a 113 versus Nice for 3 Crown Wagons, a T22 and 2 E5s. More general lineup for AESOP that way. But that E3 could potentially do massive damage. And of course you have the DPM from the 215B. It will be tricky. The Crown Wagons generally have a lot going for them. I need to go up. There we go. And we see AESOP moving steadily towards base C. BPS splitting up a little bit. That is a strength and a weakness of theirs. Foxy getting spotted. Noob Eater at the back. And he is protected by the 2 E5s. But AESOP is just going to spot everyone if he can. He is moving up. Not too much up because I think he knows that there are going to be guns trained on him. A little bit of HE damage from that E3. They probably know he has to be there now. Base A is being kept, but BPS, they do have cover fire, but at the same time, it is a little bit tricky when your team is fragmented like this. Cora taking loads of hits here and going to meet a rock, but he's already tracked. He's not going to be able to get past the rock probably, unless he gets very, very lucky. And he survives magically. AESOP capping the base. They've lost a little bit of HP. There's not much difference between the two clans, but BPS has a one-shot now, and that is very, very dangerous. Chilaxo taking a bit of a hit there. Cora getting out of the way. And BPS is basically repositioning himself to cover. But they're all clustered on one side. There's not really anything keeping AESOP from flanking around, which might be what they're going to do here with the Kranwagens and the E5. Sunshine losing a little bit more HP. Basically just flying around because not much is happening. But at the back there, we have the right knot going around. And he might be off to find Cora. Cora has dug in. Is just waiting because BPS has the point advantage. So if he survives... Well, no, he's actually come back. I'm not sure what they're doing. Few shots fired here and there. You have the right knot. Chilaxo losing a bit more HP. And the right knot is taking a camping position here. Wanting to potentially see who he can shoot, but he has no targets. Maybe he does shoot at them. They probably know that there's someone in the corner now. Potence has... RG has to be careful. Late boy takes a shot. He has to be off. This is like between a rock and a hard place. Taking a double tap there. But late boy losing quite a bit of HP for it. Delphine losing HP as well. Base B now being taken by Chilaxo. Not sure if he's going to get away with that, but he does take another shot in. Late boy there before taking a hit himself. Not Steven moving in. RG losing HP. BPS moving in. But taking that base B might prove to be very dangerous for BPS. RG losing more HP. Base B is not really being capped. And that's the dangerous part here. And there we go. Wilk has been taken out. We are at 800 points. This is a lot of HP being wasted. It seemed like not needed. At the same time, it did allow them to take Wilk and Delphine out of the way. While still being alive. But there's a lot of low HP targets. Basically, AESOP could potentially push. Timo is now moving in. Going after the one shot. But bouncing his shot. Timo losing a little bit of HP here. Miss Piker now being taken out. 960 points. This might be a 7-0. And it is. But look at the low HP targets on BPS's side. This is basically... They were clever to move Cora out of the way in the beginning of the battle. So that was perfect. But AESOP not taking the time to take out those low HP targets, that is literally what cost them the game here. Because had they been making the kills, they would have had more time to turn the game around. And they had more healthy tanks. Until people started dying, of course. So that is the first game going to BPS for very clever gameplay. I mean, it goes to show how dangerous it can be to leave one shot driving around, basically. Let's have a look. I'm getting ready for the second match now. And we see BPS getting ready with a mouse, 2 Kranwagens, a Vickers, an IS-4, and potentially 2 E5s. And they are. AESOP, however, still needs to ready up in total. Are changing some tanks around. They have like 3 minutes, I believe it was, yeah, to change their tanks and decide what they're going to take. The right not going with the Vickers, he can be absolutely lethal in fast tanks like that. Let's see. It seems to be a little undecided. I think on the other side, RG is only not readied up so that they can still change things if they so choose. But there they go. AESOP changing tanks, but we see a Kranwagen, 2 E5s, a Vickers, and potentially 3 IS-4s. That depends on if Agile readies up in this or something else. Let's see. No, he goes for an E5. I like that way that he's like checking between every game if everyone is ready. And RG readying, unreadying. Oh god. Why do you do that? Foxy said yes. You shouldn't do that then. Let's see. I'm actually loaded in time as well. Amazing. AESOP heading towards the base A side this time. Whereas I'm stuck. What? Oh, okay, the lighthouse. Never mind. BPS focusing on both sides. But we have Vickers versus Vickers near base C. Neither of them actually making the move. Chilaxol has been spotted. But the mouse going towards B will be nothing new to these guys. Veal going in. Timo waiting exactly behind the bricks. But they're capping together. And he takes a shot back. But that's pretty clever because now they're just decapping. And there we go. Base cap avoided. Cora taking a little bit of hit there and another one. Not hull down enough. Base C now being taken. The right not being spotted. Steven going up as Noob Eater caps. And that blind shot misses. And now Delphine is relocating, which is the clever thing to do because you know that you're not going to, if your blind shot doesn't hit, there's not much you can do. And that means that BPS now has a base advantage and a growing point advantage. They're still shooting people together here. Noob Eater taking a little bit of damage. And they are being clever. BPS is pulling back as AESOP moves in with 4 tanks. Even though they only see 2 right now. Sunshine taking a hit. But we have BPS suddenly pulling back. Cora losing more HP. 3rd tank has been spotted now. Taking hit as well. Base A is being kept again. But Timo is still there. BPS is again quite spread out. The right not taking it as he goes into the corner. But so does Foxy, and he has to be careful. Foxy's not in the best of positions there. Late boy. Basically, we have 2 battlefronts happening right now. We have this side with 3 tanks versus 4 tanks. And on the other side, Timo is being set upon by Agile Hippo and Wilk. And oof, that was a nice bit of fire. But there goes Timo. He is the first gun gone. Wilk Look at the HP just dropping all around though. We have 2 versus 1 over there. We're going to go back over here. Foxy is still alive. Delphine is face hugging. Miss Sunshine is a one shot. RG takes him out. Miss Spyko is a one shot as well. He survives to live another round. But that's not going to be for long. There he goes. Delphine is almost taken out. Agile Hippo in the harbour is also almost gone. There he goes. And the second game is for BPS as well. And this was kind of like on the base C side, AESOP had the gun advantage, but not the position advantage. And on the harbour side, they kind of had the position advantage, but not the gun advantage. So it was kind of like fighting on 2 losing fronts there. And had it been like not a true competitive game, as in a tournament game versus a clan like BPS, that could have worked. But in this case, I feel that they committed to 2 pushes that couldn't really work unless they had like a magical ammo rank or whatever. So now we're moving on to Dynasty Spiral for the 3rd game of this matchup. And we see AESOP now taking 3 mice and 4 IS4s. It is a very small map, so that can technically work, but taking 3 mice on any map is a very big risk. And even with those IS4s, you have a lot of troll armor with you, but you kind of lack the DPM. So it will kind of depends on what BPS takes against that, so that's going to be tricky to see. And let's see. BPS still deciding what they're going to take. But we see 2 Meister as well. 2 Kranwagens. And let's see. We see 1 E5 and potentially 2 IS4s if not Steven. Who's probably even. He's even Steven. Haha, pun intended. Oh my god, I'm lame. Sorry. But we see 1 IS4 there. If Steven readies up as well. There we go. I wonder if it's going to ask, do I start again? Or if we're just gonna go. No, we're just gonna go. Let's see. Those 3 mice though. I mean, it can work out well, but so far every match that I've seen on this map that has 3 mice instead of 2 has cost people the game. Finest gentleman. And let's go up and above. BPS focusing entirely on the seaside. And AESOP pretty much doing a similar thing. Ollie being spotted as he moves crosses over. I should say ball carrier, but I know him as Ollie. BPS seems to be pushing. This is a very dangerous position where Steven is in. I never like it because it's so easy to get shots in. With the mice arriving in the middle, and that's going to cost Steven and Foxy a lot of HP. Noob Eater is taking damage. Delphine as well. And possibly BPS is overextended here. AESOP is definitely focusing Noob Eater, which makes sense. Bolt Carrier is losing HP. Noob Eater is blocking positions, but he is taken out. And that is a gun, very quickly gone. Cora takes out Delphine. But they're quite quickly losing their mice. Ball Carrier in the E5 is also almost gone. Position-wise, well, it is basically an F-fest. Both teams have lost 2 tanks. HP-wise, there's a little bit between them, but not all that much. RG actually dropping down is going to lose some precious time. Late Boy Oh, that shot not pending is going to be frustrating. Foxy. Oof. RG kills him off. Late boy. Sunshine is hugging and basically pinning RG in place, but he actually backs out, so that's not going to last. The focus fire is not quite there. It is 3 guns versus 4 guns, but HP wise, basically BPS does not have an advantage. They take out RG, making it 3 versus 3, but there's 3k HP advantage for AESOP. Cora still half alive, but losing quite a bit of HP there. Wilk taking out not Steven. This game is for AESOP and it really shouldn't have been. I mean, in this case, BPS lost because they overextended early on in the game. And that crossfire with the tanks that were between the behind the tram there, and then the mice arriving in the middle, Noob Eater crossing over in basically the open and getting taken out that early, means that there was a lot of armor that BPS wanted but no longer had. Yes, man. Oh, and Wilk takes him out, putting Chalexa out of his misery, and AESOP wins the game. And look at the damage difference. I mean, Agile Hippo didn't even get a shot in. But yeah. Not gonna lie, that was pretty funny ending. But in this case, I feel that basically just BPS gave it away. And AESOP capitalized on that mistake. Because even with 3 mice, they managed to take this victory. And the thing that I said about taking 3 mice never works is basically just proven useless now. So let's see. Second map on Dynasty Sprawl, let's see what they take. We see VK is being taken out now. AMX 50B's arriving at the scene. Where basically AESOP is going for a more classical lineup, maybe not. But BPS is taking E5, double AMX 50B, double Kranwagen and double VKs if they ready up with the lineup that they have right now. And on the other side, we see 3 IS4s, a Kranwagen, a Mouse, and double AMX 50Bs. And let's see, no match point for anyone just yet. And let's see what they will do with these. I do like that orange camo head. It looks good on a lot of tanks. AESOP completely focusing on the base B side. The MX-50B is pushing quite aggressively towards the middle. Not getting spotted there though. And BPS is heading for base B as well. We have Bolt going to the middle. RG and Noob Eater following. Bolt going for potential spots there. And he is spotted. Miss Paco spots him in turn. Not much all he can do there. But we have the 50Bs. Delphine losing a little bit of HP there. And Ball Carrier now quite aggressively starting to cap. Not sure if they're going to let him get away with that, but it looks like they are. Paco losing a little bit of HP. And losing HP in turn. There's not much point difference between them, but now BPS has a slight point advantage. They also have a lot of tanks that are basically just like in stuck positions though. Cora putting back. RG trying to do the same, but losing HP for it. And a little bit more. And actually the VK, Noob Eater and Cora being there Foxy arriving as well. This is two clustered together. And I think it actually cost RG more HP because they were already there and trying to support him actually than it would have otherwise. Oof, RG taking more hits. And we have Wilk supporting. Pyko is on fire, cannot fix it, losing a lot of HP. And the AMXs have arrived behind and take him out. Now, oof, Miss Sunshine being eaten alive here. And taken out. Those AMXs with the flanking maneuver, that was quite evil. They are now on, well, some of them are on the clip reload. Noob Eater losing HP, but massive hits into the right, not there. Foxy getting set upon by 4 tanks here, but the rest of BPS is arriving. And they have a 1 gun advantage here. But a lot of HP advantage. Late Boy has no chance here. Noob Eater might get taken out. We have the right nut arriving. But gets taken out. He does take... Well, Agile took out RG. And there's only 2 guns left versus 4 pretty healthy tanks here. And now only Wilk is left. And Cora might, no, I think he will actually. There we go. Cora survives. And BPS takes another game. That flanking maneuver with the AMXs, that was so risky. But it really worked out. I mean, AESOP didn't turn back, but they also didn't push more aggressively either. And it just took out their mouse in the middle. And now we're going to move to Desert Sands. And it's a potential match point for BPS. If they win the next game, then they've got this matchup. And basically AESOP has a tough job ahead of them because they will have to win 3 in a row if they want to get that point. So let's see. AESOP. BPS changing people again. AESOP ready with 4 E5s, double Kran and a Vigors. And let's see. I have a feeling that Shockey's not going to take the Skoda T50. Just a hunch. And they're still changing things around. And now we just wait. This is always the boring part. I mean, you can't exactly give them just 10 seconds. That's not fair either, but still. And they're doing it a lot faster than it generally happens with the official tournaments and everything, but still. I think AESOP is not quite anticipating what's going to happen. Like for me, that double push on Port Bay was very telling. I love them as a clan, don't get me wrong. But it is tricky. And we see BPS now ready with 3 E5s, double Kran, IS-4 and a T22 for potentially the last game of this matchup. AESOP has a tough job to do. Let's see. And BPS is sticking to the city side, whereas AESOP is moving towards the desert. Delphine together with Late Boy are there. Not Steven taking a hit as he crosses over. Shots happening at Cora as well, and he takes a hit. Late Boy now being set upon And those Kranwagers are there to get shots in. But so, there we go. That's some damage. Bulgaria getting stuck against the building. And now AESOP is quickly responding. Putting back. And BPS will have to be careful. Because half their team is not there. And this may again be an overextension of BPS. But Right Nut is being absolutely hammered. Not Steven has arrived. There goes Ollie. Mr. Sunshine losing a bit of HP. The Right Nut is still alive though. And they're trying to keep it that way, but now they've actually left him. And Not Steven takes him out. With barely any HP left to his name himself. Late Boy and Not Steven both taken out. HP wise, it is in basically AESOP's favour. But the guns are going away quite quickly on both ends. It will be about the focus fire though. There goes Spike. Oh, that was an ammo rack. Oh, poor lad. That could be a game changer. And it's a kind of unfair game changer at that, to be honest. Cora being chased. Delphine effectively being blocked by the most healthy tank there. But Cora is almost gone. And now he's 3 versus 2. Wilk not looking too healthy. But taking another hit in. Foxy in the T-22. And now being chased so that he can't run away. That tracking shot though. He might actually make it out alive. Oh, no he doesn't. And now it's just Shocky left. And it almost looked to be going for BPS after all. But in this case, the focus fire was on point. And basically AESOP was playing quite clever by blocking people. Blocking some of the tanks from BPS from pushing their weaker targets. And so they take their second game. Cleverly played by AESOP. Definitely overextended by BPS here. Because this has been... well, I streamed them Friday as well for a matchup. And then their main issue was that they were too fragmented, basically. Like, you had little clusters of BPS in multiple places. And that's kind of what happened here too. Because if you push that aggressively, when you know that their heavies know that you're there and they have speed boost and everything, they might still have them. And in this case, AESOP just returned way more quickly than BPS anticipated. So let's see. Again, potential match point steal for BPS. But it's good to see AESOP fighting back here. Let's see. BPS steadily readying up. AESOP not quite. And we're getting ready for the second match on Desert Sands. Let's see. We see BPS now potentially taking 4 Kranwagens, a Vickers, an IS-4 and an E5, depending on if they ready up on this with this. And a potentially very interesting lineup happening on AESOP side as well. With 2 E5s, potentially 3 T22s, a mouse and maybe a grill. No, it's 3 E5s and 2 T. I can't speak even. I've got like verbal confusion as they call it. Which is really annoying. But now we see 4 E5s, 2 T22s and 1 mouse. No grill. Which I think is generally a smarter move, not gonna lie. Let's see. And just got a DM from Bella. Bella, to be fair, I love that BPS is letting everyone play. And letting everyone play evenly. AESOP being quite aggressive here. But BPS is not where they expected them to be. And this is again one of those games where they're Bolt being way too aggressive here. Steven losing a little bit of HP. Right nut is steadily being taken out here. The rest of BPS is arriving. But this focus fire, look at Bolt just basically disappear here. The right nut is the first one gone though. But there goes Bolt. Cora and Mr. Sunshine being set up on an Agile Hippo, not looking too healthy. Cora almost gone, but still alive with exactly 21 HP before he gets taken out. Mr. Sunshine, Delphine gets murdered. Sunshine and Foxy are gone. And there goes Agile Hippo. Tank-wise, it's like same. But there goes Delphine. We have Wilk getting shot here. It is 3 versus 3. HP wise, it is pretty close. It will be about the focus fire. Paiko now starting to arrive to the battle scene. And they need to shot the pen. There he goes. 3 versus 2. Wilk not going to survive this either. But we have the armor. They will be focusing late boy, I reckon. Or maybe not. Big hit. They want to take out the mouse first. Which potentially they can do. Which they do. Timo is still alive and late boy has to be careful, but he can't really allow them to reload because that's not going to work in his favor. And they're now basically trying to crossfire him. This is a very clever game. Oof. Timo holding at the back, late boy pulling back. And Shocky making it hard to hit him. But so far, late boy is holding well against 2 tanks. But Timo has taken the time to reload and he's taking more shots. And this is not going to let him make it. Shocky blocking so that late boy can't kill him. But now Timo arrives and late boy, he held very well versus these 2 tanks. But in this case, they just worked so well together. Timo and Shocky basically letting the other reload. Shocky using his HP to occupy late boy here. But look at the damage late boy did though. So yeah, that's the matchup for BPS. GG's on both sides here. And let's see, we've got like 20 minutes left. I'll show some replays in the meantime. Let's see. Let's actually see if I can find some results. There we go. Aqua won versus Appa with 4-2. Veal won from Dinos with 4-3. So that's pretty vital, to be honest. We're still missing 2 matchups here. But very, very clever. And I feel that I can say that mainly because of the fact that it's just there's 3 minutes delay. You will see it on their streams before you hear me say it. But that's interesting though, because Phil has really needed those points. So yeah, like I said, I have a few replays. I'm going to show you both of them. I literally have like 2 replays. I'm going to start with this one. Yusuf in the FE301. Let's see. I've seen the battle results, so I know how it's going to end. But I'm always curious to see how they get there. And the stupid thing is that when I watch replays, even when I know how it's going to end, I will still be like biting my nails and everything, and hoping people will actually like get away with something or do something right. Team splitting up here. This has to be my least favorite map of the whole game, though. Camp Slilla. Let's see. Driving a little bit into things here, Yusuf. What have you been drinking and driving again? Let's see. It's a dangerous thing to park out that far, though. But you did get a nice little spot there. Oof, and a nice little bit of fire, which is always helpful. That is a nice potato to have against you, not gonna lie. Let's see. Oh, there's the FE. Oh, he has to be careful not to block his teammate here. Not sure that hit, but it might have. Let's see. Ew, this is also interesting. We have Serenity versus Kana ended in a 4-2 for Serenity. Kana does not seem to be in their best shape right now. I'm not sure, but let's see. A technical win for Raid. Rackham did not have their team there. They basically, that is sad. Don't sign up for a tournament if you do not go and play it completely, honestly. So yes, there is time, but at the same time, having only like 2 members there when the games are supposed to start half an hour ago, just no, honestly, that's a giant sign of disrespect. Oh, Yusuf actually took damage here. Nice. Oh, thank you, Bella. That's so sweet. I can't even type anymore, honestly. But here we go. Yusuf. It is just the 2 of them though, so he has to be careful with their HP. And probably with their trucks as well, so that's oof. Let's see if he can get some nice shots in here. Going to take out that FE first. Nice little bounce. The IS-3 is next. Very clever. Now he has to be careful, because he is a light tank. You don't want to be that out in the open, honestly. That shot went nowhere. The thing is that they're 2 mates, and in this case, that fire helps as well. There we go. And now it's just a KV4. Use your promo, Yusuf. I mean, like I said, I know how he ends, but still. This is why you have Premo. With a KV5, I generally don't bother using normal ammo. Unless it's like heat, but that's like obvious. Oh, that bounce though. There we go. 4 kills, 5.4k damage. Amazing ace. Camper medal, but in this case that was understandable because you just had a lot of targets where you were. And look at that team carry though. That is insane. Oh my god, those potatoes. I mean, the other team did barely one... The rest of the team, 5 players, did barely 1k damage together. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Fantastic game though. Oh, room has been dismissed or I've been kicked. Not sure which. It was actually nice last time when Kyugo was room moderator. She kept the room up, which meant I could just like stay there. But yeah, let's have a look. We have another game, and by none other than our very own Ollie! Let's see. Ollie is one of those, like, any tank is OP in his hands. He can make everything work. Let's see. Oh, but I am... Wait, is this the 1-to-1? No, it's... Why? How? Why don't you have the legendary camo, Ollie? Honestly. Ollie. Wow, that chieftain is like already... Wow. And he's a sexist. Oof, there Leo's going YOLO. He might make it. But there he goes. And there goes the TVP. Let's see. Slightly impatient. He is in a good... Hey Bear. Appa plays in 13 minutes and I will be streaming them versus Veal. Basically the matches start at the hour. The only exception is tomorrow. Let's see. A bit too impatient there. Let's see. We're missing a few tanks here though. Mouse arriving. And there goes the grill. And the mouse now getting set up on. Oof, that bounce. Slightly not aimed on the move while out of sniper mode shot. Nice little track shot on the K91. Oof. Near ammo rack, but it got immediately fixed. So it's a mouse and the M103. You're kind of getting in each other's way. And all is just going for the damage. Trusting the mouse to be taken out. You nearly died there though, Wally. But 5.9k damage. Lovely cheeky little game. Quite smooth, quite short actually. Yeah, less than 3 minutes here. With a nice little ammo rack there. And again, 2 donuts on the team. And a VK that was so salty already in the beginning, before the match had even begun, did quite well. It's just sad that you have to be that salty. Honestly. But yeah. We're now 10 minutes away from the actual first game. I'm actually going to open this one free container. I mean, crate opening isn't allowed on the press account, but in this case, it's like the daily free container, honestly. This is actually, I'm going to show you this. I spend a lot of time clicking things in order to get this with credits. I converted like 200k gold from my press account to credits to get this. Oh, but it looks so good though. But yeah, my press account, what I wanted to show is that this is really funny. Because I got like 700 tournament battles here, and it looks really cool. But I've not actually played any tournament battle, because press accounts are not allowed in tournaments, except as streamers. Let's see, I need to find the code to the room. Let's see. But it's just sad. Really sad that Rackham just basically gave up. It's just disgusted. Yeah, the only thing that might speak, well, not in their favor, because that's not really a thing here, that might excuse them is if they forgot that summertime happened. And they were here like, they will be here in 10 minutes or something. Let's see, we have Appa. Oh, there's a lot of Appa already there. Oh, I hate this. It skips the first thing, and then you have to do it all manually. It's annoying. Oh, come on. No, that's not what I meant. There we go. So yeah. I know that Rackham is like bottom of the leaderboard, but AESOP is like right next to them, and they're still making good effort, and they're really trying hard and doing their best, and I don't think that's too much to ask. When you sign up for a whole tournament series, you can't just quit midway. This is sad. But yeah, summertime might be a thing. At the same time, there were 2 people of Rackham online, and that makes me feel that the rest should have been online as well. Aside from that, it is the EU server. Summertime is a thing for pretty much all of Europe. But yeah. So let's see. Most of the teams are already there. So we're fairly good to go in 7 minutes. Maybe they will start actually earlier if everyone is there, but I don't think so. Veal, already there. I'm kind of wondering where Rackham is. I'm not seeing anything on the Discord about it. But yeah, Raid got a technical win because of that. BPS has moved into the top 3 with this game. Aqua has moved in the top 4. So there is still a chance for BPS. Well, there's a chance for a lot of clans to be fair, but still. There haven't been all that many games yet. Mike, I spent I had like 2,500 to 3k of the boosters, of the epic boosters, because I rarely use them. I've got all the tanks, I'm not really grinding anything, and I just use them with the bonuses. So I actually spend a lot of boosters on my main account for this. I just need to get the bloody avatar because it looks fantastic, and I really, really want it. But yeah. Still 5 minutes left to go before we actually get a game. We're still missing one player from APA. And I will be moved in right before the game starts to avoid stream sniping and all of that. Which I feel is a good thing. So now we just wait. This is the boring part. Not much to say. Okay, I know. I can actually take you over the rosters. To be fair, massive kudos to What One's Helper for basically delivering all these graphics, because that does look fantastic. But we have for APA, we have Jennifer, Masio, Moikar, Zani, Terex, Realista, Don Venu, Osio, Bamdalis, and KD. And for Veal, we have Elysium, Kira, Didi, Lauro, Tatake, The Great Naker, Ego, Aeon, Shapey, and Real Lucy Drop. But yeah. Let's take that away again. For the rest, I don't have much to show you. Aside from maybe the matches again. These are the matches that we're going to have right now. Dinos versus Raid, AESOP versus Rackham. So that might actually mean that AESOP gets a technical win there as well, because Rackham does not seem to be playing tonight. APA versus Veal, which is here. Corona versus BPS, and Serenity versus Aqua. So let's take that away so that can't block your game. Veal is completely ready. And APA is still waiting for a player. But they still have 3 minutes left before the games actually begin, so that's plenty of time. And for the map pool for this matchup, we have Hennes, Middelburg, Nube, and Castilla. I'm always hoping for a non-tiebreaker if the tiebreaker map is Campstilla, because it's just so much camping there. At least there's so much still gaming. At least it doesn't the EU server. On the RU server, there have been like really epic rushing tactics and everything. It's been weird. So let's see. Won't see the lineups just yet. As said, I'm only moved in right before the matches start, which is a few minutes from now. So let's see. This is the this is always the boring part. I mean, I'm mainly here for the matches, not for the waiting time in between. So I'm just babbling uselessly, not saying anything useful or anything like that. So yeah. Dun 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 dun. APA now having a full team, so we are good to go. Hello, Batman. Before this season, Elysium was actually with BPS. But mid-season, well, just after the season, he decided to go back to Veal after all. And Shapey seems to have gone with him. KD is the last one to ready up. And then we're good to go. 1 minute. Yeah. 1 minute before the games are supposed to be happening. God, I can't type. There we go. We have APA ready with 4 E5s, 2 Kranwagens and a VK. And we see Veal ready with a 215B, 2 IS4s, 2 Kranwagens and 2 E5s. And my phone just gave me the notification that it's a full moon tonight. So let's see. There we go. I tend to load in late on this laptop. Veal focusing on the base B side with a little bit more towards the middle. Pamdale is getting tracked there, but actually not taking any damage for being that forward. Base A being taken and immediately shots happening. But we have Pandelis arriving there, getting hit. APA playing quite aggressively, but kind of out of their comfort zone here. I don't think they expected to be halted in the tracks right in their own base. So they kind of have to be careful. Ego losing a little bit of HP. APA moving back, but we have Jennifer all the way on the other side to cap. OCO is losing more HP though. And with the Kranwagens now arriving. And base C is not being kept. Base B is now being kept. Didi is in a horrible position there though. KD is getting crossfired here. The Kranwagens are being set up on in the middle with 4 tanks. Ego is moving in to hold. This is very chaotic gaming. Osio has been taken out. Zani is almost out. Lauro is not looking too healthy. And that ram and that shot did nothing, but Zani is still alive. Ego is taken out. There's a gun advantage for Veal, but the positioning that they're in, now they've lost. Well, no, there's not a gun advantage there. That shot not penning is also vital. It is 6 versus 3. 3 versus 5. Pemdalis, Realista, and Jennifer, the last ones alive. And despite this being a very chaotic game and basically Veal being halted in their tracks, Elysium gets taken out, but this is definitely it's definitely Veal's game. Realista being taken out, and now Jennifer is the last one alive. And I think the fact that he actually went to C might have cost his team the game here. And that has to do with the fact that when you know that someone is capping, you know that they have a gun disadvantage. That missed by Lauro though. And there we go. Shapey rams him to death. Lovely little game. Very chaotic. I mean, I didn't go down into the ditch mainly because I know that the camera gets wonky. And that doesn't work. But I didn't think that Veal would have this mainly. Mainly because APA started strong. Holding base A and basically keeping them from capping base B. But they also put people in the trenches. And the trenches are generally... They're death traps. It might not always work against you, but it generally doesn't work for you. So that is the first game over. And we see APA now getting ready in 4 E5s, 2 Kranwagens and a VK. Potentially. There we go. And Veal taking potentially 3 E5s, potentially 2 Kranwagens, a Vickers and an IS4. So let's see. Anything can still happen at this point. This was a very quick aggressive game though. I actually forgot to check how long the game was. But it wasn't long, that's for sure. And there we go. Double IS4. I like the can I start. Here we go. Into the match. And actually loaded in time. Veal focusing again, similar movements happening, but more to the middle. And we have Appa focusing on the, well, pretty much similar thing. Shots being fired, but nothing pending yet. Didi has been spotted though, and he immediately takes a hit for it. And then he's like, yeah, let's not be here. He takes another hit on his way out. He isn't alone, however. And the armor of Veal is moving in. Jennifer taking a little bit of HP damage there. Ego taking a hit. And base B is capped, and that's probably not what they intended. Let's see. Tyrex taking a bit of damage there. Jennifer now being set upon. Appa responding. Base A has been capped. But this is dangerous. Now we have a gun disadvantage here for Veal. And a not too healthy, very light Vickers. Osiel. We have Veal pushing on that side, Appa pushing on this side. Dee basically just has to run away and not be there. Veal has 2 bases. Elysium gets taken out here. Osiel is still alive. Not sure why Ego wasn't shooting before. There goes Osiel. Kira is almost gone. Pamdalis going after Zanny together with Shapey. Ego days. Aeon and Great Naker taking out Pamdalis. Both teams have lost 2 guns here. But now Veal has a gun advantage. And Dee is still alive. Moving around the back. Where is Veal taking a position? They have to be careful not to overextend here though. The Great Naker moving in. KD taking a hit. Appa being a bit too aggressive here. And the Great Naker going after Jennifer. Ego losing a lot of HP very, very quickly here. And that is dangerous. They have to make the shots count. There goes Jennifer. There goes Ego. It is 3 versus 4. But HP wise and definitely point wise, there's a massive advantage for Veal. As long as Didi stays alive, basically, Veal has this match indefinitely. Even if there were like 3 magical ammo ranks right now. There goes Aeon. But Veal already has it. The only reason that we're still seeing this game is because there's always 5 seconds between the last kill and the game actually ending. And that's another game for Veal. In this case, this was well played by both teams. Yeah, like the pushes happening on either side. I think the only thing that it was like a 2-front battle for both teams, and Veal survived for long enough on the base B side so that the people at base C could get around. A lovely game. So let's see. Again, nothing happening. Well, nothing. No match point yet. It is a best of 7, which means that the team that reaches 4 victories first is the team that gets the point. Let's see. Appa now almost completely ready for Middleburg with a mouse. 2 crown wagons, a Vickers and IS4, and potentially 2 E5s if he readies up with that, and if OCO readies up again. And they do. Or not. Not confusing at all, this. And there we go, he takes a crown wagon. So we have 2 crown wagons, 2 E5s, a Vickers, a Mouse, and an IS4. And Elysium on the Veal side. Changing to an IS4 there. But we see 2 E5s, an IS4, a Vickers, potentially 2 T22s, and a crown wagon if they're ready up with the lineup that they've got selected right now. For the 3rd match of this best of 7. No crown wagon, it is an IS4 instead. And one of the T22s is changed to an E5. Let's see. Tataka still has to. There we go. Everyone is ready. And here we go. I just exploded. Oof. Shapey heading more towards the middle. And we have all of APA crossing over. The Vickers spot each other. But it's those crown wagons they have to, and the E5s basically have to be scared off. OCO taking a hit there. Shapey has been spotted, but it gets away with it. A and B getting simultaneously capped. Zenny and Pandalis have been spotted. And now Didi has as well, so he has to be careful. He doesn't have the armor to deal with this. Holding on the hill. Basically just wanting to know who's there. But pretty much all of APA is, so they're in a tough spot, and Didi is like, yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. Which is a good call, but now we have Ego in the corner. He has been spotted, they know he's there. And with Didi running away, they probably also know that he's alone. Jennifer has been spotted in the Mouse. And Veal now is at a disadvantage. Mainly because they are lacking the base here. Elysium going after the Mouse. Taking it from OCO though. And that is, it is Mouse, this is the thing. But we have Aeon arriving as well. But so is Zanny. And OCO is still there. Appa responding. Sensing weakness in Veal. This is very clever. Just abandon the bases, going after the 2 weak tanks, taking out those 2 guns. And taking them out quickly. That's all they need to do. Aeon is first on the list. He gets pretty much obliterated here. Elysium is not going to be far behind. They've lost the base. But they've taken out 2 guns. Well, almost 2 guns for it. It's cost them quite a bit of HP though. They didn't go down as easily as they probably hoped. Zanny is low on HP. We have Veal arriving at the scene now. Elysium is still alive. Zanny is actually gone before he is. But there he finally goes, surviving for way longer than they probably thought he would. Tatake not looking too healthy either. There's a lot of guns. The guns of Veal are a bit spread out here. And that's not necessarily working in their favor. Tatake, Shapey has been taken out. KD goes. And there goes... Oh, there goes KD actually. But it is 5 versus 3. And position wise, there's a big advantage for Appa here. OCO just running around, which means that Kira is actually showing his flank and backside towards most of Appa's team. Not much they can do about it though, because they lack the points. They have the bases, but they lack the points. And we have Didi still full HP, thereabouts, I think. But it's not going to be enough to win this game. Base B is now being stolen. Didi arriving. Going for the kills here. But it's not going to be enough, especially with the base cap. He does not have the time to cap again. He gets another shot in. And he's nicely just like surviving. But that shot missing, and there he goes. There was no chance. And APA takes their first game this matchup. Very clever reaction. Deciding then and there that it was not paying off to stay on the hill and just going after those two lone tanks in the city. Very clever move by APA. Very well played. So let's see. For the second match in Middelburg, we have Veal pretty much completely ready already with two AMX 50Bs, a mouse, a T22, and potentially two IS-4s and an E5. Whereas APA is now ready in two Kranwagens, two E5s, two T22s, and a mouse. And the E5 on Veal's side is being changed to an IS-4, mortar armor. Let's see what this is going to do. Ooh. One of APA left and immediately some people unready. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Let's see. Wonder what happened. Ah, Realista has moved in. There we go. And there we go. Both teams are ready. I love this game, it's very pretty. And now we have Veal focusing on the city side. And APA seems to be perhaps sensing that, because they're all going city as well. Bay A is being taken. Bay C is being taken as well. Mouse versus mouse. Potentially the IS-4 is moving in. But those meds are going to be able to regroup very fast. And it's kind of like Veal has to move in aggressively. At the same time, they can't be too aggressive. And now the HP is just starting to drop. Aeon now on a clip reload, as is Ego. They're going after KD first, the preferred target. Still alive though. Ego getting hit hard on the other side. And he is taken out equally fast. Both teams have lost a gun. HP wise, there's a slight... Oh, oof. Aeon is getting deleted very rapidly as well. The armor of the AMX is not holding. Aeon and Realista taken out at the same time, but Veal has the gun advantage. It will be about the focus fire on this one. Terex is the preferred target here. Oof, Pamdalis going after Didi, who's now effectively blocking him from moving much. He is going to get hit for it. But there's not a lot of guns left for APA. And this is again Veal's game. I thought actually that this would go to APA, mainly because of the fact, the positioning that they had, and their expectation of a push through the city. But it was not to be. And Veal has their third game. Yennefer, the last one alive, being set upon by all guns, except for one lone capper in the form of Satake, who did not need to cap. And that is the third game that Veal wins. So now they have a potential match point the next game. And it was a nice aggressive push by Veal. The focus fire was on point, and I actually thought that them standing in the street like that for a little while, with mouse versus mouse happening, that will work against them. But Appa didn't move yet then. So we are moving on to New Bay. Very different map, tricky map, lots of crossfire possible. And potentially the last match of the evening. In this best of 7. So let's see. Also kind of curious about the results happening. Oh, apparently Rackham did show up for the second game, from what I read, so that's something. Maybe they got confused about the summertime then. Both teams are ready. We have Appa ready with 3 E5s, 2 Kranenwagens and double mouse. Versus an E100, 2 IS4s, 2 Kranenwagens, an E5 and a Vickers. I found that on this map, I mean I've been wrong before, but on this map, having one tank at least that can run around and potentially cap bases is very, very useful. So let's see. Didi spotting above. Base C is being capped. Elysium is moving towards the middle. All of Appa is near base B. And pushing quite aggressively. Aeon being set upon, but a nice shot happening into Realista there. Veal has a base. And is now digging down. But it's not an easy thing here. We have the mice moving in. Big hit into Yennefer there. Elysium moving in. Aeon being set upon by multiple guns now. Realista the preferred target for Veal, but Aeon is moved out of the way a lot sooner than that. And they're now focusing on Lauro, but Yennefer actually pushing him. Made that shot from KD either miss or bounce. Lauro losing a lot of HP for it. Even if he's still alive. KD almost gone, being taken out. Guns are disappearing on both sides equally fast. HP wise there's not that much difference yet. But Shapey is in a very unhappy position here. Pamdalis is gone. And there goes Shapey. It is 4 versus 4. Gira getting out of the way there. Big hit into Yosiul. That is basically focus fire. Allowing that to take that shot, even though it might cost you a lot of HP. Tarix is being set upon. Didi. Oof! That was a big hit. And now it's 4 versus 2. And they're both mouse. And this is definitely Veal's game. Mainly even only because of the guns already. Only Zenny is left. And Veal has this matchup. Kira bouncing that shot with his face. Elysium moving in. Yennefer moving back. But at this stage, there's not much he can do. Sorry, Zanny, not Yennefer. I see Mouse and I thought Yennefer. Oh well. But definitely Veal's game. Elysium actually taking the shot there. And blocking everyone else. HE damage being done to a mouse. And Zanny actually showing his back. And they're actually shooting him. He probably doesn't. I don't think Elysium. He never gets a chance to do it in random steed, he says. Oh my god. But nope, no 7k for Elysium. It was a quite aggressive game. I think Appa pushed, but then sort of hesitated mid-push. And Elysium being where he was, he did get some very big shots in as Appa pushed. And the rest of Veal held too well for Appa. So a 4-1 score for Veal. Well played by both teams though. GG's happening to both sides. And let's leave this. Other matchups are still going. Let's have a look. Raid 140 versus Dinos. So let's see what that does for the results. Not sure what's happening here. That's a weird screenshot. But yeah. Ghana 140 from BPS. So I think now we're just waiting for, I believe it is Aqua versus Serenity. Yeah, that's the one that we're waiting for. So let's see, what are we waiting for now? We probably won't know yet. I mean, it could go on for another half hour potentially. Well, not literally, but kind of. But it has to be quite close, to be honest. But yeah, that's it for me tonight. Those are the matches that we're seeing. Tomorrow this tournament will continue. I should not be streaming that. But there will be 5 streamers all the same. So definitely check those out. And for now, I wish you all a very good night. Massive kudos to all the teams because these were really fun matches to watch and to commentate on. And I will be seeing you guys the next time that I stream something. So good night and see you next time. Bye bye.